Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Color X Malice along Takeru Sasazuka's route. We are just about to watch Kazuki's concert, and we were just listening to a bunch of girls talk about how they were going to try to date Kazuki now so that they can get closer to Ichika, which is so messed up. And we decided we have to have a little talk with him about the kind of people he hangs out with in the future. Well, anyway, let's see how this concert of his goes. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story.
Come on, let's go.
Okay. We started lining up for the entrance in a way that let us avoid those girls. We found a spot at the back of the line, so Kazuki wouldn't see us from the stage.
It'll be fine if we're all standing. He won't spot us from the stage, so calm down some more, okay?
Yes. But it's so unbelievable. The show hadn't started, and all the girls were shouting the band members' names. It was almost like a current pushed us forward as people tried to squirm into the front of the club. Is this crazy before it's even started? I was utterly overwhelmed by the atmosphere, and I tried to stay close to Sasazuka and... Huh? What is this?
Just calm down. The concert's about to start.
As we finished that exchange, the bright light of the spotlight illuminated the top of the stage. The person that was standing atop the stage was Yasuhiro Ichika. And... my illustrious brother.
Tonight, a legend begins.
With those words, the fans that were making so much noise closed their mouths, and a rapt silence swept over the venue.
You are all witnesses tonight. Are you ready?
Not good enough.
That's not good enough. Are you ready? All right then, let's start it off. Graceful days.
The bass reverberated through my body. I could feel pressure from the sound, and the crowd was going crazy. I was intimidated. And yet, wow! The one playing the guitar on stage, driving the crowd wild, was unmistakably Kazuki, but it didn't feel like it was my little brother. He looked like a real musician. Kazuki. I wasn't able to shout his name out like all the other girls around me, but I still wanted to send out a bit of my personal inspiration. You're amazing, Kazuki. Aww, I'm crying.
He's pretty good.
Yeah. We leaned in closer to each other so we could talk without being drowned out by the sound. I haven't seen Kazuki this lively in a long time.
You sound like a country grandma right now.
That's because I filled with emotion and felt like I might cry. Kazuki on stage, he looked like he was glowing. This was what Kazuki wanted to do the most. It was probably his dream in life.
Not too bad.
I think he's the best.
I think you have a biased opinion.
Just as those words escaped his lips.
What? Ichika?
I heard a familiar voice and spun around. Akito was standing there looking shocked. As I froze in the moment, Sasazuka feigned ignorance and said,
Who's this?
He's a friend of my younger brother. Akito's reply was drowned out by the guitar. Sasazuka pointed at the exit. But I want to hear Kazuki.
Let's go outside.
Like talking to the possible perp is more important. After we left the concert club, we all looked at each other in an odd silence. Akito was gawking at me with a bewildered expression that he couldn't hide.
So what are you doing here, Ichika? Did you hear about the concert from Kazuki?
No.
She was worried that her brother hadn't come home recently, so I told her to check his room.
Oh, you're giving it all away. Sasazuka!
What? It's the truth. We saw his calendar, and it had a note for the concert tonight, so we decided to come, that's it.
I see. Sorry, If you don't mind, could you not tell Kazuki? I just wanted to know if Kazuki was safe or not. Akito let out a snarky laugh. I'm guessing you figured out that he wasn't really staying over at my place. I responded to that with silence. Akito took that to mean he was correct. Well, I definitely won't tell Kazuki. Just don't bother him about his white lie. Kazuki was putting it all on the concert tonight. Before the show, I overheard that he was being asked by the vocalist to form a band. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, Ichika has been trying to get him to join for a while, but Kazuki said he wasn't ready yet. So Ichika made a deal with him. If the show tonight was a success, and the fans were into it, they'd form the band. I was pulling for Kazuki. So I was the one who told him to lie and say he was staying over at my house. He said he couldn't give it 100% at his house, and he wanted more time to practice, so I wanted him to get that practice in. Akito bowed his head and apologized. Sasazuka watched him like a hawk. From my point of view, Akito wasn't a suspect. He was an important friend to Kazuki. Unfortunately, he is both. That's probably why my feelings overtook my brain, and these words tumbled out of my mouth. So, was I just someone that was just interfering with Kazuki's dreams? That's not it. But that's not it. In fact, Kazuki's trying to earn your approval more than anyone else's, in my opinion. Akito dropped that bombshell on me and bowed his head once again. Ichika, please try and understand Kazuki. You guys are going through a rough patch right now, but Kazuki definitely doesn't think you're getting in the way of his dreams. You really think so? Yes. Plus, if you two stay on this course, both of you will probably regret it. I know that particular pain more than most. I don't want anyone to feel that way, especially not you or Kazuki. Akito. Akito looked like he was hurting inside. It made a pretty deep impression on me. I felt his words engraved themselves deeply on my heart. After we parted ways with Akito, we left the concert club. Sasazuka, I really can't imagine Akito as the type of person who would commit a murder. To think that someone so loyal to a friend is a suspect, I just can't believe it.
Really? I heard what he said, and I thought he fit the profile of a suspect to a T.
How so?
I told you about how he was a suspect for the middle school bombing in June, right? There was a student who committed suicide, who was part of the class hit by that explosion.
It was a suicide caused by bullying, correct?
Yes, and the name of the student who committed suicide was Kanade Sera.
What?
She was Akito Sera's little sister.
It was such a shock that my legs stopped. Revenge. The common thread between all the X-Day cases suddenly reappeared. Sasazuka continued.
In the aftermath, the Sera family were fingered as the primary suspects. His parents mainly, but we also questioned Akito Sera. But...
Let me guess, he had a perfect alibi.
That's right.
Yes, plus if you two stay on this course, both of you will probably regret it. I know that particular pain more than most. I don't want anyone to feel that way, especially not you or Kazuki. That's why he said that. He couldn't save his sister, even though she was in so much pain she killed herself. He probably regretted that to this day. But even so, I couldn't understand his pain. Even still, the scale of the June case seems too large. Even if we accept the bullying as fact, to kill everyone in the classes, don't you think that's going way overboard? Then a shadow fell over Sasazuka's eyes as he averted his gaze.
You never hated someone badly enough that you wanted to kill them, have you?
What?
I have. I've hated someone so badly I wanted to kill them. I wasn't satisfied with the law's judgment. I wanted to take justice into my own hands. I just hated that person so much that I couldn't bear it.
What happened? Each word that his deep voice carried from his throat was so heavy, it was easy to see that something extreme had happened. I was taken aback and asked for an answer. After a long silence, Sasazuka simply said,
I won't tell you.
Sasazuka.
I just wanted to tell you that not everyone had peaceful thoughts throughout their entire lives like you have.
Oh, don't assume that. But I will get that story out of you sooner or later. He finally reestablished eye contact.
Maybe that's why I can understand the sentiments of ex-state criminals so well. Even if it's a crime to everyone else but them, to them their actions are just. Judging by their own hands and nobody else's. This is especially true for crimes that may not be viewed as crimes in a court of law. Doesn't Akito-sera sound like that?
But if we allow people to take vengeance, then we'd have chaos. Sasazuka laughed at my comment.
Exactly. You make a completely logical argument.
He flashed a sad, distorted smile.
Let's return to a normal conversation topic. Having a connection to Akito-sera is a big advantage for us. Of course, we can't use this immediately. You have to try and stay in contact with him.
Keep in touch with Akito?
Who else?
But
If you're going to say something selfish like you want to believe in him, I won't entertain that.
He nailed it exactly, so I kept my mouth shut.
What would you do if he had some kind of mission and he asked your brother to help?
Akito and Kazuki knew each other before the X-Day incidents began.
It doesn't matter. The situation is different. And don't forget, if Akito is involved, that means Adonis is behind him.
What? Sasazuka's eyes moved to my neck.
Even if it's something Akito might not want to do, he may not have a choice.
If I looked at it that way, there was no way I could disagree with Sasazuka's orders.
It seems like you'd be able to stay in touch if you converse about your brother. But whatever works is fine. Use any opening to learn about Akito-sera, okay?
Understood. That was the only way I could answer. Well, it should be pretty easy to, we did say we wanted to talk to Akito's family or whatever. We could just have Akito over all the time. December 9th. Well, time for this.
These people have committed a naughty crime. Did you know that thanks to them, 3 pitiable people have died? Harassment, bullying, and overworking people is not allowed, but they acted like these things were second nature to them. Isn't ignorance scary? That's all it takes to kill someone. All of you watching, are you curious about what will happen to them? Are you? Anyone with a curious nature would wonder, wouldn't they? Obviously, they will receive an appropriate punishment for their crimes. We of Adonis shall dish it out.
December 10th, 7:42 a.m. They didn't wake me up for that? I watched the news as I got ready. Every channel featured the X-Day incident that occurred last night.
Obviously, they will receive an appropriate punishment for their crimes. We of Adonis shall dish it out.
This is probably also revenge. There were 3 victims in last night's incident. All of them were blindfolded. Then they were pushed off the roof of an abandoned building. They all died upon impact. It was a depressing start to the morning. I just let out a sigh when... Huh? Kazuki? When I got to the front door, Kazuki was taking off his shoes while holding his guitar. I'm relieved that you're back.
What are you talking about? I texted you. I told you I was staying at Akito's house.
Even though I knew that was a lie, I also knew that I couldn't pursue it any further. Yeah, sorry. I didn't prepare breakfast for you today.
I'm fine. I ate before coming here. Wait, don't you need to get going?
Why are you actually smiling at me? I guess he's just so happy that the concert went well. Yeah, I do, but... Kazuki seemed like he was in a better mood than usual this morning. Exactly. Perhaps yesterday's concert was a great success, and he's happy about it. I still have a little time left. Do you want me to make you some coffee? I attempted a tentative peace offering, and Kazuki's expression went blank. If you don't want any, that's fine, but...
I prefer cafe au lait. I'll go put my guitar away.
He really seems like he's in a much better mood. I stifled my disbelief and went into the kitchen to make some cafe au lait. I presented the drink he requested, and he accepted it without a word. He took the opportunity to turn off the TV.
Watching this stuff just makes me sick. I'm sure things will get busy for you soon, right?
Yeah, you're right. His considerate feelings pierced my heart as I began to feel guilty for entering his room without permission. And for what I was about to do. Kazuki, I actually wanted to talk to you about something.
Huh? What is it?
Well, you've been staying over at Akito's house a lot recently. He told me that I don't need to thank his family, but... After hesitating a bit, I just said it. I was wondering if I could at least thank Akito for his generosity. Like, maybe invite him to dinner or something. Kazuki knit his brow and looked at me. I wondered if what I said sounded enough like my usual self. Yes, maybe, no? Then Kazuki turned his back to me and responded so quietly, it's like he didn't care at all.
If Akito says it's fine.
Thanks!
Why are you thanking me? You're acting weird. I'll ask him. Just hurry up and go to work, okay?
Yeah, I'll be going now. Trying to get rid of me. Relieved, I picked up my bag and left the house to go to work. Maybe we'll get Kazuki to be friendly with us earlier in this route after all. December 10th? Still? As expected, the phones were ringing off the hook thanks to the recent incident.
Hoshino, you can take your break soon.
Okay. Oh, are you planning to take those documents to headquarters? As I watched him wearily nod, I voiced the plan that I'd thought up. I can take those documents for you, if it's all right.
Okay, please do. I feel kind of like eating pork katsu today.
Oh, the katsu place gets crowded. You should get going or you'll have to wait. Stop talking about food, darn it! This game always makes me hungry. Like I said, we need the X Malice cookbook.
That sounds like a plan. Take this. Please deliver it to Commissioner Minagishi.
Oh. After I saw Mochida off, I started to think about my plan. First, I'll deliver the documents. Afterwards, maybe I'll stop by forensics, just in case. Sakuragawa was certainly busy thanks to last night's incident, but right now I need info. Fortunately, my lunch today was karage. I can always bribe her with fried chicken. Any meat on hand is just fine. I headed down to Investigations headquarters with the documents and my lunch in tow. Investigations headquarters would be up here. Yep, 7F. Wait, I'm supposed to visit forensics first? Okay. Oh, there she is. Sakuragawa was lying down on her desk. Aww. She must have been really tired. Excuse me. Do you have a bit of free time to eat? As I called out to her timidly. Huh? I don't think they meant Sasazuka, I think they meant Sakuragawa. Sakuragawa's voice was full of bass, and her face looked like it was a wilted rose. Oh, poor thing. So, sorry for disturbing you when you're tired. I mean, really? What exactly do you need? I don't have anything about the incident. The coin is being examined by field support. I see. Well, there was a Roman numeral left at the scene again, so I think it's definitely XA. Is that good enough for you? I'm tired. I'm really sorry. Why is she so mad? That should be good. I'm really sorry. If you'd like. I felt obligated to cheer her up, so I held up my bento, and Sakuragawa's face lit up. There we go, our peace offering has worked. What's on the menu? It's karage. Awesome! I'll gladly take it. Ah, homeostasis achieved. As she joyfully accepted the bento, Sakuragawa looked around warily. You remember the guy we bought him recently? The crazy one? The suspect from the shooting on the 7th? Yeah. We searched his residence yesterday. We didn't find the gun used for the crime. The only firearm there was government issued. I see. I don't know how much longer they can hold him. They might actually have to release him soon. I heard that he immediately went silent once they started interrogating him. It looks bad. Oh, that's all I can say right now. Anyways, I'll go enjoy this. Please do. Thank you very much for your help. I bowed to Sakuragawa as she returned to her desk carrying my lunch, and I left the scene. So much for my stomach. And up to investigations headquarters now. Maybe Commissioner Minagishi is out eating lunch. I thought that was a possibility, but as soon as I peeked into the HQ, I locked eyes with the commissioner. That was fast.
Ah, Hoshino, you've got perfect timing.
Thank you for all your hard work. What do you mean perfect timing?
No, that's not important now. Let's start with your business first.
Ah, yes. I'm here to deliver this report to you. This document contained information which was gleaned from the phone calls to SRCPO, which had any information tied to the incident. As Minagishi had said before, he wanted all documents submitted to him so he could proactively utilize the opinions of the SRCPO.
Thank you very much. I will review the information later. Anyway, Hoshino, there's something I'd like very much to ask you.
Me?
Yes. Are you free tonight?
Oh my god, that totally sounds like a date. Yes. Huh? I answered honestly, and then realized my mistake. Minagishi laughed bitterly as he saw me react.
I don't have any strange intentions. I just wanted a conversation I can't have here.
What do you mean?
You see, what I'm asking you to do is bring Takeru Sasazuka to accompany us when we have our meeting.
Huh?
If you are able to get in touch with Sasazuka, please tell me. You need to tell him I need to speak with him urgently, and that's all.
Why can't you contact him? Okazaki already knew my connections to Yanagi and the others. But why is he asking me to bring Sasazuka now? Though I don't quite understand his reasons, I nod slightly. I'll try to contact him, but Sasazuka is a difficult person to deal with.
I understand, but I have a feeling that he won't turn this down.
Huh?
Alright then. I'll be waiting for your report. I'll be expecting it, Hoshino.
I bowed, though I still felt perplexed and left the area. I need to let Sasazuka know about Minagishi. I didn't know why Sasazuka was being singled out, but I passed along the information, and he could do with it what he wished. I tried to look for somewhere private, so I headed to the rooftop.
What is it?
Sasazuka picked up immediately. Sorry, actually... After I told him about Minagishi, Sasazuka remained silent, which was unusual.
Alright, I'll go.
That easy, huh? Is that okay with you?
Minagishi's not an idiot. I should at least hear him out. Besides, I think I know what to expect.
What?
Just tell him that I'll go. Text me the time and place later.
He knows what to expect, huh? I wonder what this is all about. Minagishi's mysterious intentions and Sasazuka's cryptic reaction to it were utterly confusing to me. Well, I'm gonna be at dinner with them, right? So I get to listen in at that point? I'll go contact Minagishi then. I'll go get lunch at the convenience store. For now, I just needed to do what I can. With that thought in mind, I left the rooftop. Phew. December 10th, 7:40 p.m. Minagishi used this pool to ensure I left work with enough time to make it to our dinner meeting, and I left the station immediately after work. Sasazuka! Sasazuka, who was standing at the entrance, shot me an annoyed look.
Don't call me out so loudly.
Yeah, really. Look, everybody, Sasazuka's here! Sorry, I didn't mean anything. Huh? Because I was completely relaxed, my shoulders spasmed at the sound of his voice.
Oh, sorry. I just thought it was a heartwarming scene. Other than that woman from forensics, I don't think I've seen Sasazuka open up so much to anyone.
It's not like that. She's just a pet or something.
Yes, I'm his puppy kitty. Pet? I was about to open my mouth to dispute that, but Sasazuka's withering glare indicated that he really did not want me to speak.
Well, now that we're here, shall we go inside? I have a table reserved for us.
Aren't we standing like right outside the police station? But okay. At Minagishi's behest, we entered the restaurant. Sasazuka and I followed along silently. Ah, this place where we met Mikuni before. The place that Minagishi brought us to was a very expensive-looking Japanese restaurant. I felt massively out of place here and tried to shrink into the background while they took a seat. I've never been inside such a fancy place before.
Please make yourself as comfortable as Sasazuka has.
Yes. I glanced over at Sasazuka next to me, who was sitting cross-legged and gazing at the night sky. As expected from him. I wished he'd share some of his inner strength as I sat up straight and rigid. Oh. Appetizers and the delicate bowls for the main courses arrived, and we continued to dine on the artful and elegant kaiseki banquet. I was sure it was all supposed to be amazing, but I was so nervous that I can't taste a thing. Oh, what a waste.
Do you not enjoy the food?
No, not at all. It's delicious. It would be if I could taste it.
Here, you eat this.
Why are you always trying to feed me? He shoved the tofu skin sashimi in front of me. This guy. I made an appalled look. I don't mind, but...
Sasazuka is very adamant about what he likes. I guess you prefer Western food to Japanese.
I can eat either. I just thought she'd enjoy that more.
As I was about to pipe up, he poked my leg underneath the table, and I suppressed my thoughts in agony. Yes, it's so good. I enjoyed it so much. Sorry.
No, please don't worry. If you would like, you can have mine as well.
Oh God, what have you done to me? No, thank you. I've already had more than enough. I wondered just how much of a gluttonous woman he thought I was. I wanted to cry as I picked at the tofu.
I'd just like to say that I'm truly happy that you're here, Hoshino. It's because of you that I was able to eat with Sasazuka like this once more.
I don't think we really talked much when I was at headquarters.
Yes, that's why I wanted a chance to come talk to you outside the office.
Sasazuka, it'd be nice if you could act just a little bit friendlier. He's the commissioner after all. Sasazuka had already resigned, so it was fine for him, but I was breaking into a cold sweat. Yes, they're making things difficult for me, Sasazuka.
Hoshino, did you know that Sasazuka was scouted for the police force?
What?
He's got an unconventional background. We scouted him after he won a prestigious hacking competition.
Is that so?
That's just because the level of hacking in Japan is pretty low.
Even so, it doesn't change the fact that you are an exceptional talent. As for me, I can't help but regret that someone with your talents quit the police force so easily.
Minagishi, would you mind getting to the point, please?
The atmosphere became tense.
Neither of us really have time to kill, and I don't plan on wasting any more time.
Sasazuka!
You be quiet.
You say that, but... As I nervously glanced at both their faces, Minagishi formed a sardonic smile.
I sympathize with your rationale. You're right. I don't have time to waste. Allow me to get straight to the point then. Sasazuka, I'd like you to return to the force. I'm sure you must have expected this was coming. I know that you guys are running your own investigation independently, but X Day is nearly upon us. There's no point in dividing up our resources. It's a waste of time.
That's true. If the goal was to simply solve the case, then it would be best to rejoin Investigations HQ. Minagishi must have thought the same thing, so he wore a composed smile.
You were only at Investigations HQ for a mere 2 months, but you accomplished more than anyone else in the department. You really stood out on the August case. Whether it was online games, the system, whatever. You were the most knowledgeable. Sasazuka, do you remember anything about a person named Manabu Soda? Well...
Isn't he the one in custody right now?
Yes. Sasazuka was already pointing out that he was suspicious back when we were in August.
I looked over at Sasazuka in surprise, but he didn't respond to this in any way. I hadn't heard about that at all. After I'd said that softly, Minagishi nodded slightly and continued to speak.
He fits the profile of the culprit perfectly. Emotionally, situationally, everything. But we're lacking hard evidence.
You didn't find anything to pin on him.
That's right. We even searched his house, but we haven't found a trace of the murder weapon.
Oh, he even looks cute when he's sad-looking. Sakuragawa mentioned the same thing. As I recalled the information I heard earlier, I glanced over at Sasazuka next to me. I wondered what he was thinking, because he was still keeping his poker face up.
He continues to refuse to talk, and because we haven't uncovered the evidence yet, we'll have to release him pretty soon. I'd like to make sure that doesn't happen. So, could you please lend us your skills, Sasazuka? Headquarters thinks we could use him to finally breach Adonis's defenses. I'm sure that you guys would find the information from HQ to be enlightening. What do you think? Would you consider it?
I refuse.
What? That easily? He turned him down so thoroughly and so easily that I didn't believe what I'd heard. Minagishi apparently had the same reaction, as a surprised look was frozen upon his face.
If that's all you have to say, I'll be going. Thanks for the meal.
Sasazuka didn't even look at us as we sat there, and he quickly left the restaurant. Please, hold on! I got up, flustered, but as Minagishi watched my panicked attempt to try and right the situation, he sighed.
Well, let me just say that it was nice that I was at least able to talk to him tonight.
Sorry, I apologize for him being so rude.
It's fine. I knew that it wasn't going to be an easy task to convince him. But I don't plan on giving up. Please tell Sasazuka that.
I had no words to say to Minagishi in response, so I simply bowed deeply and smiled. Oh, we'll find a reason to work together. Sasazuka! Fortunately, I was able to catch up to him soon after leaving the restaurant.
What are you doing here? You didn't have to leave too. That was a really expensive meal. The main dish was about to be served.
I don't care that much about food.
Is that so?
Sasazuka just scoffed and began walking. I continued after him. Why did you refuse? You were just talking about how great it would be if we knew the entire situation back at the agency.
Who cares? It's fine.
It's not fine. I need to know. Because I'm not just your pet. I'm your partner.
Stop holding on to dumb, trivial stuff like that.
He sighed and rolled his eyes while admonishing me.
Look, I have my own plans. Just let it be.
I think you're being stubborn and prideful or something. I don't know what's going on exactly, but it's something along those lines. Minagishi told me to tell you that he wasn't planning on giving up.
I can't control him. He can think what he wants.
Sasazuka!
I'm going home now. You should go home too.
As I watched his back shrink off in the distance, I couldn't hide my irritation. Is the reason you all quit the force because you question the righteousness of the police, like the letter mentioned? And both of them did not answer.
It's true that we all quit for our own individual reasons. I couldn't follow the department's policy. I wouldn't be able to solve the case as a police officer. So I left, and I've continued to pursue it on my own.
I wasn't told the reason why everyone at the agency quit the police force. I was certain there was some reason why Sasazuka just outright refused Minagishi's invitation without a moment's hesitation. Even so, I don't have a clue what he's thinking. Or if he still doesn't trust me, or maybe he didn't want the caller to hear. There are many different scenarios that could explain his actions, but I felt gloomy. In the end, I wonder if Sasazuka thought I was someone who just didn't have what it took to be his partner. What a lonely feeling. The last emotion that arose was probably the most raw and most earnest. And December 11th, 2:26 p.m. So we'll start off on this next day in the next episode. I'm sure Minagishi will get us yet, since he always got us in all the others, all the other routes. It's an inevitability, it seems. So hope to see you in that next episode or some of my other ones. And I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye bye, everybody.